Good morning, everyone. Welcome back, all of you, in your science class. And as you know, that we have started our chapter 1, that is matter in our surroundings. And yesterday we have discussed about what is matter. We know that matter is anything that occupies space and have some mass and can be felt by one or more of our senses. And yesterday we have done physical classification and chemical classification of matter, and according to physical classification we know that matter is having a three states: liquid, solid and gases. And we have studied about the properties of liquid, gases and solids. So today we'll take a topic that is change of states of matter. As you know that we have already studied that there are three states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gases. And for example, water can exist in three states of matter: ice as solid, water as a liquid and water vapor as a gas. So these three states of water can be obtained easily in our daily life. For example, ice, that means solid phase, can be obtained from refrigerator. Liquid water can be obtained from tap, while steam, that is gaseous phase, can be obtained from boiling water. So these states of matter differ from each other because of the difference in the attracting force and interparticle space, as we have yesterday studied that about the properties of solid, liquid and gases. So the constituent particles of these three states also differ in their motion due to the difference in the kinetic energy, and these properties like interparticle force of attraction, interparticle space and kinetic energy can be changed by the changing in temperature and pressure. So students, when a solid is heated, it changes into liquid. That means if we'll provide heat or we will increase the temperature, then solid changes into liquid, and when a liquid is heated, it changes into gas. When a gas is cooled, it changes to liquid, and when a liquid is cooled, it changes into solid. For example, if ice is heated, it changes into water, and if water is heated, it changes into steam, and if steam is cooled, it changes into water. So if water is cooled, it changes into ice. So these processes are followed by the states of matter. We can say that solid state on heating changes into liquid state, and liquid state on heating changes into gaseous state, and on cooling, gaseous state also convert into liquid state, and liquid state on cooling, it also convert into solid state. So we can say that on increasing the temperature, the interparticle force of attraction decreases because the kinetic energy of particle increases, due to which motion of particle increases. So the force of attraction decreases. So we can say that on the increasing the temperature, solid state can be changed into liquid and liquid can be changed into gaseous state, as you can see in the figure also. And similarly, on decreasing the temperature, the motion of particle decreases and kinetic energy decreases, due to which force of attraction between particle increases. So gas can be changed into liquid, and while liquid can be changed into solid. So we can say that solid can change into liquid. This process is known as melting, and liquid can change into water vapor on boiling, and water vapor on cooling again change into liquid, and on cooling, liquid also changes into solid. So these states of matter, we can say, inter conversible. Okay, so now we'll study in detail about these process that is known as a melting and fusion. So when a solid is heated, the particle begin to vibrate because they are not having lot of space between the particle of solid. So they begin to vibrate with greater speed and begin to move more freely. Then at a particular temperature, the solid melts and changes into liquid. So the process of melting is also known as fusion, and the temperature at which solid melts is called its melting point. The melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius or 273 Kelvin. So now we'll study about the latent heat of fusion. What is this? The amount of heat energy required to change 1 kg of a solid into liquid at atmospheric pressure and its melting point is called the latent heat of fusion, latent heat of fusion, because this process is known as a melting, because here solid is converted into liquid. So this process is called fusion. So we can say the process in which solid substance change into liquid on heating, this is called melting or fusion. And the change in state occur at a particular temperature, that is the melting of solid substance take place at a fixed temperature. So the temperature at which solid melts and changes into liquid at atmospheric pressure is called melting point. So the melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius or 273 Kelvin. And we know that actually the melting point of a substance somewhat depends on the force of attraction exist between the particle of substance. So higher the melting point of a substance, greater will be the attractive force between their constituent particles. So that is greater will be the strength hence. So we can say melting point of a substance, attractive force between their constituent particle. So we can measure the strength of substance with the help of their melting point. Clear? So now what is the latent heat of melting? So we can say the amount of heat required to change 1 kg of a solid into liquid at atmospheric pressure at its melting point is called the latent heat of fusion, because on the process of melting we are continuously providing heat to the water, but at the fixed point it converted into water vapor and its temperature is not increasing. So this heat is observed by the particles of the matter to overcome the force of attraction. That's why this heat is known as a latent heat or hidden heat. So what is latent heat of melting or fusion? The amount of heat energy required to change 1 kg of solid into the liquid at atmospheric pressure at its melting point is called the latent heat of fusion. Now the next phenomenon is boiling. So when a liquid is heated, its particle begin to move even faster than at a particular temperature, and the liquid begins to boil and changes into gas or vapor. So boiling is a bulk phenomenon, we can say. So when a liquid boils, the bulk of the liquid changes into vapor, and the temperature at which liquid start boiling is called its boiling point, and the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius or 373 Kelvin, that is 273 plus 100. So boiling point of water is in degrees Celsius 100 and in Kelvin 373 Kelvin. So here also latent heat is there. That means hidden heat is there. That is absorbed by the particles of liquid to convert into vapor. So the amount of heat energy required to change 1 kg of a liquid into gas at the atmospheric pressure at its boiling point is called the latent heat of vaporization. The amount of heat energy that is required to change 1 kg of a liquid into vapor at atmospheric pressure at its boiling point is called latent heat of vaporization, because this supplied heat is used up in overcoming the force of attraction present between the particle of liquid. During the conversion of liquid state to gaseous state, the kinetic energy of particles remain constant and the temperature also remain constant. So that during the boiling of water, heat is absorbed without showing any rise in temperature. So this heat is known as latent heat or hidden heat. So effect of temperature on a molecular motion. What will be the effect of temperature? We can see when we increase the temperature, the interparticle force of attraction decreases because the kinetic energy of particle increases. So the motion of particle increases. So the force of attraction decreases. So we can say that on increasing temperature, solid state can be changed into liquid and liquid state can be changed into gaseous state, as you can see in the figure also. Similarly, on decreasing temperature, the motion of particle decreases, the kinetic energy decreases, so the force of attraction between the particle increases. So gas can change into liquid and liquid can change into solid state. So today we will study this much, and this topic you have to revise again, students. Thank you and have a nice day.